Hey, a very good morning to you. Welcome to Family and Values on Galaxy Television, where we are reaching out for the stars. Today is the 4th day in the month of June. June is running faster than you can imagine. Yes, if you're still on your way to work, don't worry, the road is free, the road is friendly. But that doesn't mean you should go to work late. Family and Value is a show that runs Monday to Fridays, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. just like we are screen this beautiful morning. Yes, and it's Wednesday. Oh my goodness, it's countdown to Ilé. I'm excited because I'm preparing for a lot of ram around me anyway. Welcome to the show. We are streaming live on Facebook, on our YouTube page. Download the Galaxy mobile app so you can watch us on the go. A very big shout out to our Star Times family. I am Princess Joy Eyo Abu. My name, my heritage, my culture. Welcome to the show. It promises to be a very educative, insightful show this morning. Very wonderful topic that you don't want to miss. Tell another person to tell a friend that it's time for Family and Values. Today's show, trust me, is one of yourself and talk to somebody. All right, you know you're going to be here, elegantly seated, beautifully smiling. Somebody said you should always smile. That's why you're seeing all my 32 teeth shining this morning. I am smiling because I'm not in the studio. I have my very own beautiful Mama Jen. It's still a birthday. So please, we are still sending birthday shout outs to her. We are still receiving gifts. 1st of June to 30th of June. We are receiving gifts.
Yes,
welcome to the
beautiful
show.
woman. I love that. I'm still receiving it because yesterday my dad celebrated me in ways that is beyond what I can imagine. But don't start asking me that question because I'm not going to give him. The only thing I'm going to give you is that I love you and I appreciate God's grace over your life. It's so good to see you on Enjoy.
So good to see you too. You're looking all good.
You're all looking all jeans.
Oh jeans.
Oh jeans.
And it's this topic here. We need to
oh my God, really now. So it's so good to be here. But what I want to talk about this morning is the fact that the journey matters more than the destination. The journey, it matters more than your destination. Where you're going, the journey you take, you know, it goes a long way. Ask me. Because by the time you start those journeys, you become more matured, wiser, intelligent, knowledgeable. You understand ways of life. You know those things you need to let go. You understand those things that really make a lot of meaning to that journey. So that by this is the destination. You do not want to mess up. Imagine someone like 2, 3, 5 years, 15 years, whatever years to strike oil. Now finally strike oil. Yes, it's good to spoil yourself. I love spoiling myself. But you don't want to be too extravagant. Because you understand the journey you've taken to get to that destination. It's to make a lot of meaning to you. And you know those you can easily reach out to. And how you need to explain to, relate with yourself before you think people around you. On that note, I want to welcome you to Family and Values. My name is Remain Olori Adejoke. David, it's going to be a wonderful day today because la 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 la. You know that song, right? Yeah. If you know that song, sing it.
Sing it. Do we have that shout out this?
Of course we do. There's this Babolo Yorekpete on Pillow Whispers. Okay, so you have Dr. Alhaji. Okay, Honorable.
Okay,
Wale Rashid, Abdul Rashid. I always call Abdul Rashid Aya. Happy birthday to you as you had another year today. And many other people celebrating today. We love you. I appreciate God's grace by your life. For all your, you know, so you must surely eat it. This one will kill him because in Papa died last year. Really, this year or so. So he would definitely want to because it's a culture that you will have to do. So we love you. Celebrate God's grace over your life, and we wish you many more fulfilling wedding anniversary. To the many that are celebrating, we love you. I pray God will keep your home, keep your family, keep all that, you know, breathe around you.
Alright, this is a birthday shout out to my neighbor Irene. In fact, this neighbor that I connect with, when she told me yesterday was her birthday, I was like, why didn't you tell me? She is a battle barrister. Irene, happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. I love Dream Celebrant. Happy birthday.
She's so pretty. You see,
oh my happy birthday, Barrister Irene.
Happy birthday to you. Wishing you more successful life ahead. And to everyone celebrating family and values. Love you. On that note, we don't want to waste time because today's conversation is really deep. Let's go on our mini feature right back. Okay, welcome to the show. Welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is Family and Values on Galaxy Television. And today's conversation is dealing with guilt and shame. Wow. A lot of people have found themselves on this ship, dealing with guilt and shame. How have they navigated the process? What has it been when you're faced with life circumstances? For instance, teenage girl that just got pregnant and from a wealthy home, the shame. We've had a lot of parents hiding their children so nobody will know all the given birth, some will have to fly. And we've had, in fact, there was a recent one of a married woman that was caught and the community, came for her. And we keep wondering, after that incident, how do they cope with the guilt and the shame that comes with it? And so, a very deep conversation this morning, and we have our very own in the studio who will tell you the way,
Bishop,
who would give it to you and make you feel important as it passes the message across to you. We are talking about Godwin Robin. He is a business strategist, a public analyst, a relationship coach, and the CEO of Rainbird Limited.
That's my knuckle.
You're taking more. Good morning. How are you today?
Welcome to the show.
It's so good to
looking like a golfer this morning.
Seriously. Our bishop is going to the
Thank you.
And this topic made me remember this particular, chorus.
Okay.
You know, past my sin, my guilt, my shame, and poured your love.
You know this song?
You look beyond me. You look beyond me. I'll teach you after.
Please, you have to teach me.
You look past my sin, my guilt, my shame, and you now poured your love on me. So we're looking at,
look beyond me, beyond my,
so we're looking at dealing with
my years and all that.
Then, let's start our conversation. What's the difference between guilt and shame, and how does it impact lives?
Okay.
First of all, I wonder why did you bring the two? Why did we mix the two together? But what is the difference, and then how does it impact life individually?
Okay. First of all, I want to thank Galaxy Television because, as you say, family and values. What you guys are doing is that you're looking at the tools for building a strong family, an effective family, productive family within the society. You bring the tools together, galvanize it. Because the truth is that guilt and shame, when they exist in a relationship or in a marriage or in a family, it affects productivity, it affects romance, it affects love, it affects cohesion, it affects unity. So thank you again for this and then bringing up this topic. Okay. You say guilt and shame. There are two different things. They are actually tripartite in nature. It goes with guilt, it comes with shame, then it comes with regret. But you see, shame and regret could be interchanged. It could come from guilt, then it comes from regret, then it comes from... But guilt is a product of what you did. I want to put it like very neutral. It's a product of what you did. It's an outcome from what you did. But regret also is a product of guilt. When guilt has come in, it gives birth to regret. Then shame is how you feel about yourself. You get now. It's how you feel about yourself. That's what shame is all about. And it's after that you now have their senior brother or senior cousin, which is depression. And when that one now hangs up upon your shoulder, you begin to hear voices. You begin to see you're not good, you're not all those things. And then it affects. So guilt actually is not bad. No, it's not bad. No, it's not bad. No, it's not bad. People misunderstand guilt. They misunderstand guilt. It's not bad. Guilt is an indicator of your past performance.
Okay.
And when the performance is below what you expected, below the parameters for yourself, then you begin to feel bad about it. When you perform below expectation, below the business you set for yourself, or below what you've been doing before, then comes in. That's what guilt is.
So,
But if you,
okay,
go ahead,
so
go
you
ahead.
still have one
So
other thing.
why I now said it's not a bad thing is that it could be corrected.
Okay.
It's just like when you're feeling cold.
It's like
Or you're having headache.
a measure to have done this, I
Yes.
just come back again to reconstruct whatever it is
Exactly.
I
It's
have
an indicator.
to
It's
put
an
in check.
indicator. It's an indicator to put your chair on check of, look, this is what I've done. I didn't do it well. I should do this next. So whatever you do after that now determine whether the guilt was bad or it was good. But it's actually an indicator of your attitude, your output, and whatever you've done. So it is not evil. It's not a negative emotion. No, it's not.
Okay, it's not a negative emotion. So I want to look at it from the angle of how can one now practice self-forgiveness? Now I have identified the fact that I am put in check to know I have gone to this stage or this part. I'm not supposed to just like Adam and Eve. I'm a Christian. Now they started running and was hiding. Now, how can one now practice self-forgiveness, not putting blame on the woman or on the man, and letting go of those excessive guilt? Because times it was when you were calling me, and you distracted me. Now that means you have not accepted the fact that you've done something wrong. A colleague in your office is to let you know that you did something. What's the next thing for you to do? Let sleeping dogs lie. So how do we now practice self-forgiveness and also letting go of those excessive guilt?
Okay, let me put it this way. You are talking about the tools to manage guilt. How can we manage it?
Yeah.
To come out with a better outcome. That's what you're considering right now. How do we? And that's why you're looking at towards forgiveness. That's okay. Okay, let me put it this way. First, I said that guilt is like a report card from what you did and what you did not do. That's what guilt is. And then what you do after that guilt comes to bear, whether it will be positive or it will be negative. I want us to look at it this way. We are dealing with a society that has a lot of control units. I put control unit. You have the people that use this religious control unit. I'm talking about the lens now that we all view the society from. So you have religious lenses. Then you have people who are coming from social culture and traditional lenses. Then you have people also who are coming from the Western scientific behavior, and they're looking at it like that. Then you have people also who don't have their conscience, because guilt emanates from the conscience. How tender is your conscience that determine whether you will feel guilty or not? I'm sure you've dealt with some people who don't have a sense of remorse. Yes, those are people that their conscience has been seared. The conscience has been seared. And what are the things that sear the conscience? Repetition of the wrong thing. So it's like engraved. They don't feel it again. Now, when you say you want to manage guilt, the question is, where is the person coming from? Is it coming from the cultural aspect of it, or is it coming from the traditional religious aspect of it, or from the scientific aspect of it? What we're looking at now. But let me bring it together. First of all, if you evaluate your past actions and the parameter you set for yourself, and you are not able to manage it, you can decide to do better next time. You can go back to the drawing board and arrange yourself. I'm talking about your personal performance now. That is one of the ways to manage guilt. Because when you are building up yourself, you're developing yourself. For instance, you failed an exam, and you didn't do well in that exam. You're feeling guilty because you had opportunities to do well. So the best thing you have to do is to go back to your studies and rearrange yourself and look at it. What were the distractions? Social media, this, that. You pull them off, and then you rearrange yourself and prepare yourself again and come back. So That's how you correct that. But then when it's relationship, you have violated trust. You have abused trust. You have disappointed your partner. You have done what you're not supposed to do. The tools you use to manage that is what? You open up and talk to this person. Because one thing about such incidents, they take away trust. And when trust is taken away from relationship and marriage and all that, a lot of things you do cannot work. It can't work. The person will not trust you any longer. So, when guilt comes in, but trust has been violated, you disappointed or you cheated on your partner, you call your partner and talk to your partner. But let me put a caveat. If there are people you call and you tell them what you've done, you are dead.
Straight up.
So you also have to know this person's capacity.
You know?
And also have to prepare the person, just like some of us that had 8 mothers. There were some certain things that happen in the family. You cannot tell your mother directly. So you prepare the person's mind. To be able to manage what you are about to say. So that you bring disclosure as a tool of managing guilt. You understand? Then the other one again, it's forgiveness. Forgiveness has 2 parts. It's like a coin. The other part of it and the other part of it. What is that forgiveness? You have to forgive yourself. And you see, like some of us are coming from some churches where we're taught about penance, we're taught about confession, we're taught about all that. Those things are actually tools that religious organization has put in place to be able to manage guilt. By the time you finish talking to the reverend gentleman, he will tell you, okay, you go do this, do this. Then you're now relieved. It was actually guilt that they are trying to manage. So, but you have to also look at, you are not perfect, Joy. Neither are you perfect, Olori. So, science, you can actually also perform below expectation.
Yeah.
Please understand this.
It's not a bad thing.
It's not a bad thing to perform below expectation. It's actually a mirror that mirror your effort and your capacity. Yeah. And then you go back again and get yourself, forgive yourself and also forgive.
Now, looking at the video that went viral, that the whole community came for that lady, they wanted to like banish her because she had extramarital affair, she was caught, and they said it's not done in our community. And I was thinking in my head, how can such a person practice self-acceptance, self-compassion in the midst of that shame?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? When everybody comes for you, like sometimes we see videos of people being caught, hands down, and with camera staring at their face, and is a lot going through their mind. How can such people practice self-compassion, self-acceptance, to accept the fact that, okay, I have done this. Now, in the midst of that shame, how do they practice?
Okay. Let me bring it this way. You see those videos that we see they churn out, sexual videos and all that. Sometimes the society does not even know what happened behind the scene. All those videos are not caught. Some were conditions and terms that were given over some certain things that the person actually wanted. And then when it's broken, they push it out. Some of them are actually blackmail material. Then some again are terms and conditions. If you want this, then this is what you have to do. Then some already have actually done it, and then they use it to control them. Because why are you videoing yourself? When I don't know if you understand what do you want to do
with that?
I don't know.
This incident that happened the woman was actually caught, like they bumped into them.
Okay.
I think it was the husband or someone.
Okay.
So he brought the whole community.
Okay. The way to manage that, first of all, is you have to leave that environment.
Okay.
Then the second way to manage it is that you have to see a therapist. Then another way to manage it is that most the dogs in the community eat the same excreta. But it is the one that is caused that everybody knows about. This is an African proverb. Is that correct? I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say. So you have to first leave this